Hey guys, Golden Boy, I'm back. Now then, to finish up this review, yeah, characters Sean and Daniel. Daniel, perfect little bratty little brother. He's going through a lot. He's thrown into a situation he is completely unfamiliar with, and his only parental figure is his brother, which they have. They're brothers. They're gonna fight, and Daniel wants to do his own thing. Daniel's young. He complains. It makes sense. You can't. Anybody who really feels the need to hate Daniel just either doesn't have siblings or just never has hung around the kids, because they do that, especially when you put them in that situation. Couple that with supernatural powers, then yeah, even more so. Sean was also another great character. He, Hispanic American, just trying to live his life, gets thrown into a situation, has to become both the father figure and the big brother. Like, really step up as a big brother, not just, play the part. Maybe he was a little spoiled before, but he quickly grew out of that because he realized, hey, this is life. It's rough out here. And now I got a little brother to look after too. I don't want anything to happen to him. And coming into contact with all these people, the good and the bad, seeing all the different sides of the country he lives in. Which is really good. And some people are going to say, oh, it's just pushing an agenda. It's not pushing an agenda. It's just writing a story from a perspective of Hispanic Americans who face this kind of thing. Because it's true. There's no denying it. It's not even blown out of proportion or anything like that. There was a good balance of, the people you meet. Especially, like, again, during this time. Depending on where you go and who you bump into, you're going to get those looks. You're going to get those comments. Just for being who you are. And I think this applies to a number of different communities as well. So yes, definitely a lot more a game definitely trying to send a message. But despite it, conveying that message, it never felt like it was forcing it down my throat. It was ugly. It was definitely ugly. But it wasn't anything out there. Anything that wouldn't happen in real life, sadly. And it wasn't even the entire game. There were many moments of it, but we had just as many good moments as we had bad moments. And then we also, refocused on just the brother dynamic instead of the socio aspect of it. Keep on howling. No, yeah, good job. Okay, let's see. You decided to force the roadblock and Daniel refused. Oh, he could have accepted. You decided to surrender to the police and Daniel accepted. You decided to surrender to the police and Daniel refused. Overall, you taught Daniel to do his best to follow the rules of society. Overall, you taught Daniel to put himself and his brother first. Oh, okay. No, I'm glad with that. Yes, that's important. Because rules are important. It's true. Any good society has rules, whether you like it or not. There needs to be an order to things. Okay. And that's it. Okay. So overall, I did great. That one section at the border, Like, it's just a matter of Daniel coming with me or not? Hmm. It looks bad, but at the same time, that ending was ideal. No one died. Everyone's pretty happy. Everyone's living their lives. No one's in jail. So, yeah, I mean, I do feel bad though, just for Sean not being to see his old friends again, but at the same time, law enforcement and society just weren't going to let him based on what was happening and their misinterpretation of what his history has been up to that point. Okay. You did the treasure hunt and found the hidden souvenir. You overall got closer to Karen. Yes. You wrote a Karen note to Karen. Mm-hmm. You said farewell to Arthur and Stanley. Nice. You said farewell to Joanne. You hugged Karen before leaving. You intervened to calm Diego in the cells. You didn't open the couple's cell. Hmm. I wasn't sure we could do that. It didn't give me like an option. You didn't ask Daniel to free the vigilantes. Yeah, hell no. Leave him in the cell. You asked Daniel to take revenge on the vigilantes. You didn't hurt the vigilantes. That's fine. It's crazy you could have asked that. But yeah, some people might be out for revenge on that. Again, Life is Strange, doing a good job of giving you options. You have a choice. It's your playthrough. You. Mm, yeah, and it's really sad and unfortunate, but the fact is, that couple was committing a crime, albeit a victimless crime, but it's still a crime. So, I mean, even if I had the option to open the cells, I probably would have just left them in there. It's sad, but yeah, I feel their I feel their distress though. You didn't ask Daniel to kill the officers to escape the police station. Nice. So they're alive. Awesome. Daniel wasn't told off about the scorpion. Daniel managed to set up John's sculpture with your help. Daniel was concerned about hurting Officer Cambrell. Mm-hmm. So if you had raised him differently, he wasn't. Daniel wasn't asked to free the vigilantes. Daniel didn't have to lash out at the vigilantes. Nice. Daniel was forced to intervene because the officers got too close. Oh. Well, we could have locked them in the closet? That would have been good. Oh, yeah, that would have been good. Daniel wasn't asked to kill the officers. Thanks for playing and following Sean and Daniel on their journey. Okay, main menu. Does the menu change? No. Oh. Oh, is that back then once upon a time? Maybe when they were younger? Oh, so I gotta compliment the game for doing those little segments referring back to Life is Strange 1, Arcadia Bay, David. Really great stuff. And how the game, when you first started, it asked you again, hey, did you end up sacrificing Arcadia Bay? What did you do? And if you said yes, no, it affected a segment of the game where you do or do not see Arcadia Bay in the distance. And then furthermore, with David, again, referring to that one option you made, whether or not Chloe is alive or out in the world, And I'm glad because I actually saw a clip the other day of that segment because I was surprised, so I went up to look it up. And if you sacrifice Arcadia Bay, Chloe's alive. She's with Max, and Chloe. Well, ooh, here's the thing. Yes, Chloe and Max are alive in that world and this version if you decide to sacrifice Arcadia Bay, but I believe Joyce dies in. David's still out here in a way, but Joyce is now dead, which is sad. But again, and then you have Chloe talking to David on the phone, and seeing how he's doing. They're having a friendly chat, daughter and stepfather, and he brings up, "Hey, I hope wish Max luck too." I hear that piece of dialogue at the end of the conversation. I'm like, wow. So really cool stuff, really great stuff they did there. I'm happy. But yeah, it's definitely a game. And again, some of his stuff is going to be really hard to stomach. It's ugly. It's ridiculous. But the reality is that's life. It happens. And yeah, there's more that can be said, but I think I'll leave it at that. Oh, and the drawing. The drawing mechanic is also something I gotta bring up. I think it was bad. And the reason is because it takes too long in an already heavily narrative game. And Sean's drawings are the equivalent to Max taking a Polaroid, but they're like night and day. Max takes a picture, it's done in like 2 or 3 seconds. Sean draws, and it takes you like 1 to 2 minutes to draw a whole scene properly. Is it cool? Yes. Is it accurate? Yes. Are players looking for that in their gameplay experience in a game that's already heavily narrative focused? I'd say no. Unless they just really want to dive into the world and, lay back and play and go through an experience. Excuse me. Go through a experience that's, just laid back. I'm taking my time. Hey, if this takes months, I'll take months. Which isn't bad. I mean, it's your playthrough. You do what you want. But I feel like for most players, they're not going to want to do that. Especially with a game like this. They'd rather progress the story, especially, that's another thing, especially if the drawing doesn't really make a difference in the grand scheme of the game. I don't know if it does. It appears to me it doesn't. Besides getting me trophies on PlayStation. And that's really unfortunate. So after the first 2 I did, and then I lost one of my drawings because I had to redo that second episode section again with the Christmas party. Yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. And I'll find out later at the end if it matters or not. And nope, doesn't seem like it mattered. It was cool, very artistic, very in line with Sean's character, but besides that, no. If I give rankings right now, definitely Life is Strange 1. If it wasn't for that segment, I'd say Life is Strange 2 and 1 are kind of in the same boat. Actually, No, narrative-wise, yeah, I'd say they're around the same boat, same level. But they're both really good. But for a game, Life is Strange 1 is still way ahead of this one. And for 2 things. One, the mechanic of you using the powers. instead of, you know, being second to Daniel, who's the one who's using it. And the segment at the end of Life is Strange 1 where your powers just go completely out of control, you're distorting time, and you have that whole segment that's trippy and weird, that was really phenomenal. And this doesn't have that. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely Life is Strange 1, Life is Strange 2, then Life is Strange Before the Storm. That's where the ranking is right now. Yeah. Yeah, because even then, I'd still say Chloe's gameplay mechanic is still subpar to this one. And what else did I want to say? Or something else. I guess graphics. Graphics is just about what I expect. Looks good for what it is. Definitely in line with the first game. Better, actually. Oh, the voice actors, amazing job as always. No issues whatsoever there. Perfect. They really sold me on lines. And there's always segments in these games where it's like they really stand out. And this one, it was when Esteban died, you know, the first part of the game. And then Sean, when he's captured, that one was good too. Sean talking to Cassidy. I'm trying to think. The dialogue where Sean is standing up for his brother to get him out of the cult, essentially. Also, the woman's performance to save, well, to trick Daniel into staying in the church. That manipulation, really well done. The conversation between Sean and Brody, also, really, really good. Stands out. Yeah, that's about all I want to say for that. But pretty crazy. Life is strange, right? I'm looking forward to the next installment. I believe we're either going to jump into colors, or polarized. Hold on. Oh, sorry, not polarized. Double exposure. I have to see which one came first, and then we're going to jump in chronological order from release date as we get closer to the latest installment of the series. And interestingly enough, I don't see a continuation of this game. They're either going to do like little cameos or something else. But as far as Sean and Daniel's story, it's done. Yeah, I feel like it's done. If anything, the only reason they kept up with Max and Chloe is because not only are they iconic, but because they're manipulating time, there's potential for different storylines, etc. Different outcomes. Okay, guys, that's all from me. This was Life is Strange 2. Fun game. Pretty fun stuff. Pretty thought-provoking material. But that's all from me. I will see you guys next time on the next game we're playing. Take care.